Yeah. So with second wave, it was it was a continuation the from the quarantine season one that we did. It was a 3 track EP. We did a 3 track EP back in March. Just with everything going on with the COVID shit, and I had a lot of time on my hands during the pandemic, so we just got in the studio, started working. Started laying down more tracks, one track after the other. Next thing you know, I was in album mode again. Started focusing more on the album. Yeah, we knocked out 10 tracks throughout the whole for the album within a span of like six months. So that was pretty much what that was. Yeah, I just touch on topics with everything going on in the world. A lot different from the kind of shit that I'm used to doing. I don't really get too political in my rap shit. I don't, so I touched on, the COVID-19 shit, the police brutality happening in America, all that kind of stuff. I got into some personal stuff. I did a song where I was talking to my son's mom about everything that, that he's went through with the whole situation. And, yeah, so that was pretty much what that was.
On this album here.
I think tracks that really stand out the most for me personally is probably the one track that I did that we didn't shoot a video for, called Rolling Stone. That's, like I said, like that's the one where I'm talking about where I'm kind of having a conversation with my son's mom about her absence in his life, and just everything that has happened within the 10 years that we've been separated or split. And it was very personal, something I've never really touched on in a lot of my music. Definitely a standout track. The what else, man? The Fuck 12 song, like that drum was very very political. Um, Very political. Touched on a lot of topics on that one. We got the music video done for that joint. What else? There was. I mean, pretty much every single track on that joint is fire. We did the Wanda's Kitchen joint, Lost Souls, the Second Wave video, the Second Wave song. I mean, 10 tracks. It's all bangers. We pretty much got videos for every single one of the joints on there. So we're gonna be dropping them gradually throughout the winter season and whatnot. We just getting them all stacked ready, and that's what that is, though.
Okay, here's one, man.
I think what inspired me, man, was just everything going on in the world at that time.
Yeah.
Um, you know, from something so catastrophic that pretty much touched every single human in this world, affected every single human in this world. It's like, how can you not talk about it when it's on everybody's minds? They shutting down everything in the world. We going through uncharted territory, you would say, with this whole pandemic and all that shit. So like, there's a lot of not knowing, like you couldn't see as far down the road as usually as you possibly could, and it was just something I had to touch on, and how it's been affecting the world, how it affected me personally, and just music that everyone can relate to at a time in the time that we're living in right now, with all the conspiracies talk and all that shit. Yeah, so that was just
Talk about
something.
all the brutality, police brutality, and
Yeah, and I mean, even with the
all that shit,
police
man.
brutality, man, just crazy, and like police brutality isn't something new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that a lot of us have dealt with dealt with
Seems
within
to be never ending these days.
within our life. It's just always been kind of just brushed under the rug, and we talk about it, we hashtag about it, and like 2 days later, it's like everyone forgets about it. I just it's just something I felt like just needed to be brought up. I feel like a lot of people are starting to tune in and paying attention, because a lot of people are at home nowadays, and you know they doing all of these rallies and everything and shit like that. But it's just something I really wanted to touch on. Um, Something I never really spoke with in my music. But yeah, just from my own experience from back in the days, and that's always been something that's been around. You know,
Forever, yeah.
forever, kind of, you know what I mean? So, I just something different. I think with Piece de Resistance that I did last year, it was more a personal, very personal album to me because I spoke on a lot of personal things on that album. This one, this album, the second wave, it kind of just went on a different direction, political wise. I still did my thing. I got that joint Inverhouse Drive, just straight bars. You know, Wanda's Kitchen, same shit. But there's a couple of tracks I touched on where I spoke some shit. So it's something to look forward to, and you'll definitely hear on the album and whatnot. Yeah. I think with the producers on this album, I mean we got Randy Freese producer on this album. I got Illegal Spiegel out in Brooklyn. He produced a couple of joints on this. Daryl Beats out in fucking Washington D.C. He produced one of the joints with me and Troy. Yeah, there was a couple of joints myself that I produced on the album. So it's different range of producers on this album. I wrote the Fuck 12 song. I literally wrote that the same night that that George Floyd incident happened. Just watching it on the news and seeing it, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, and it was like, God damn, man, it's like, we see so much of this shit. We see so much of this shit in the world, man. It's like never fucking ending, man. Like we can go into fucking personal stories with police brutality from back in the day, and it's like, and when you see that shit, yo, it just sparks something off inside you. You start thinking about yourself and your incidents and with police, and it just, it's frustrating, and it yeah, it's just frustrating, and it's like, God damn, man, it's like, when's this shit gonna stop? Like, so that was my mentality going into that, and when I wrote that song, the Fuck 12, man, like I wrote that shit in like an hour. Like it was an hour, and it's not even 16 bars. Like that shit must have been like 64 bars straight, and I just kept going. I talked on everything on that. I talked with the police brutality. I talked with fucking the gun ban in fucking Canada. I talked on fucking what else did I speak on, yo? The COVID-19, with it being a conspiracy, all the bullshit that we fucking hearing on the news, what the news is telling us. Like everything was just bottled up and mixed up in that shit. I just wanted to let it out. I did it. I recorded it, and I dropped it the same night online, and then we shot the video for that. I think that's definitely one of the stick out tracks. It may anger some people, but whatever, it is what it is. I can give a fuck what other people think. You know. So the second wave album, it's dropping this Saturday, October the 17th, on my son's birthday. 10 banging tracks. I mean, no commercial type shit on it, just straight facts, spitting and doing my thing like I always do. Yeah, it's coming out this Saturday. You can get it on all digital streaming outlets and all that.
Album number what now?
It's fucking album number 615, man. 15, not even including, well, no, that's including mixtapes too and shit. At least official mixtapes. So yeah, that's gonna be coming out on Saturday, man. So me, I always do fucking at least one fucking solo album a year. Yeah. This is about the same time last year we did the Piece de Resistance album.
So how's retirement treating you, man?
Fuck, man. I've been saying that shit for a minute, man. Last year, Piece de Resistance, man, last album I'm ever gonna do. Next thing you know, I got another one. And in between that time, I did that fucking collabo album with Dub. Yeah, really. We did the Real Recognize Trill collabo album. That's on Apple Music, Spotify. That shit was banging. That was just lyrical fucking, between me and Dub, that was just straight lyrical fucking bash and like head on, like who the top of the top between me and him. We just sparring it out. And I loved it. I loved every single track on that album. That's already out. Real Recognize Trill with my boy Dub. But yeah, we dropped that in between, and then I got the second wave album. I did the quarantine season, the 3-track fucking EP. We had fucking Styles P on that shit shouting out. We had Chic Luch on that, D Block. Made it official. And yeah, that's what that is, man. So second wave this fucking Saturday. Make sure you fucking download that shit, cop that shit, support. You know what I'm saying? We got more music on the way. We got that banging fucking single out in the Philippines called the fucking Kumu song. We got the video on the fucking way. Mr. Charlie Mack making his fucking music video debut. So, you know, we got a lot of things to look forward to before the fucking end of this fucked up year.
Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, be on the lookout for that shit. And, yeah, that's about it. We gonna set it on fire once again. Fourth quarter fucking pressure. You know what I mean?